Namaste and welcome to the learning series of Englishwood. Well, this is the C revision course and dear students taking care of you, Englishwood is presenting regular series of lesson, and today we are going to discuss interpreting charts and diagrams of grade 10 compulsory English. Interpretation means to explain the meaning here in writing. So here interpreting charts and diagram. Charts and diagrams are also known as para-orthographic texts. Means to write them what they show. I will explain one basic structure here and the next more refined structure also. And for C, basic structure is enough. For more competent students, the next part can also be. Tips. Remember, this is 5 marks guided questions, so you can write 10 to 15 sentences. Alright, so while writing this part, make sure you are making 3 paragraphs like essays. The first paragraph is the statement of the diagram. This is also known as the opening. You write maximum 2 sentences. Then second is description of the diagram in maximum of 10 sentences. Then third, you make a conclusion, maximum of 2. Okay, let's talk about the statement. So statement is opening sentence I told you. This is the introduction of the graph or the diagram. Make a statement about the given diagram. Write what the graph is about. Alright. This opening sentence is nothing but the copy of the question asked. Just modify it in a suitable way. So you can just use the questions to write this statement. You start the first statement with what the given data is about, such as the given table, the given chart, the given graph, diagram, or the graph shows. Okay, the given table, chart, graph is about. The given table, chart, graph explains, elaborates, represents, expresses, etc. Do not go into any detail in this stage. Okay, I told you only 2 sentences. Now, description of the graph. Alright, while describing, this is the body part, start with the expression or phrases like according to the chart, according to the table, according to the graph, bar graph, pie chart, whatever is there. As per the table chart shows that. Okay. Then give a brief summary what it shows, very short summary. Then describe the most important trends with all the informations. Summarize to avoid unnecessary details. Don't give unnecessary details. Important trend means what it shows. So okay, what it can be shown easily. As a general rule, compare the diagram. Okay, after starting with according to the chart, as per the table, and you gave one small summary what it shows. Okay, then next part is you have to compare the diagram. Okay, compare the facts there, and look for the large differences first. Okay, maximum, minimum, highest, lowest. Then try to find some aspect that is significantly larger than another and one that is much smaller or fewer than another. Then find the aspect that is constant or two that are similar. Okay, find out these things. So mentioning this much is enough in this description. Concluding paragraph is some of the global trends shown on the figure and make a comparison if possible. Okay, so just say what you saw there, and then you can give one important comparison, and don't forget to give your own judgment, opinion, or a suggestion at the end. That is sample. The table shows the weather report of different regions. Interpret its significant features. Okay, for example, this is the C question. Question is like this: weather report of different regions. All right, temperature maximum and minimum, and the eastern region, central region, and the western region. Now look at this part carefully. So eastern 30.2 maximum, 22.5 minimum, rainfall 11.5, 32.3, 21.4, and 16 milliliter. Okay, and western is 29.6, 18.3, 20.2. Now remember this data. You can look sample answer. The sample answer can be, I told you statement. Start with this statement. Statement is similar to the question with slight elaboration. For example, you can say the given table presents the weather report of a day of 3 regions. The weather report of temperature in degrees Celsius and rainfall in milliliter for eastern, central, and western region is given. So this is the statement in 2 sentences. Then body part, I told you to write the summary. For example, you can just write the summary. According to the table, the maximum and minimum temperatures were 30.3 degrees Celsius and 22.5 degrees Celsius in the eastern region, and rainfall was 11.5 milliliter. In the central region, the maximum temperature was 32.3 degrees Celsius, the minimum was 21.4 degrees Celsius, and rainfall was 16 milliliter. Likewise, in the western region, the maximum temperature was 29.6 degree, the minimum temperature was 18.3 degrees Celsius, and rainfall was 20.2 ml. This is the first part of the body. Second part is description, I said, and description you can show the contrast comparison. The table shows that the highest temperature was in central region and it was 32 degrees Celsius, and the lowest temperature was in western region. It was 18 degrees Celsius. That is means it was the average temperature in all the 3 regions was nearly similar. The temperature were nearly similar, 29 to 32 degrees Celsius, so almost same, and it rained throughout the region. That means all the regions got the rainfall. However, there was a little rainfall in eastern region. Conclusion now. You can make other comparisons too, but this much is okay. Conclusion is, to sum up, the chart shows that there is warm climate with almost same temperature and there was rainfall everywhere. You can make a sense there was warm climate, but if you directly look at the chart, you can say there is also. Thus the regions of our country doesn't have significant variation in weather. That is your opinion. That's always important, even in the essays too. So in this way, you can write a interpretation of the chart and diagram. Light High School, Lalitpur. Look at this result. Now, I'm just trying to say, and you try to, imagine that you think like that. You're going with me. Now, let's make this statement. The statement sentence can be, this bar graph. This because this is a bar graph. So you can specify this bar graph, or you can simply say this diagram also, or this chart also, This bar graph shows C result of Moonlight School, Lalitpur. Then another statement you can join there is the three bars, green, blue, red, show A plus, B plus, and C plus result respectively. Okay, that's all for the statement. Now you can go to the body part. In the body part, as I told you, you can just give the summary in short. All right. The first one is in 2074. All right. Moonlight School, Lalitpur got 15. All right. In 2074, okay, 15 students got A plus. Then 40 students got B plus, and 25 students got C plus. Okay, in C result of 2074. Similarly, in 2075, you describe. That's your summary. Now, next part is you have to compare the highest, okay, the lowest, okay, differences. Now let's you can different. Okay, so the difference first in the A plus. All right. So the highest, okay, uh, the highest number of students. All right. The highest number of students who got A plus was in 2076. All right. Or you can say in 2076, okay, the highest number of students got A plus, okay, in C exam result, whereas lowest, okay, in 2074. Similarly, you compare about B plus and you compare about C plus. All right, this is comparison. Then you can compare as a whole also. Again, you can compare by saying that, all right, the students, okay, participating in the C exam were less in the year 2075. All right, you can add this total number here: 15 plus 25 plus 40 students. Okay, altogether, how many students were there? 40, 50, 60, and then 70, then 80 students were here. Now you have to say how many students here. You can compare like this number also. Then you can talk about other comparisons. Okay, you can talk about the quality. Okay, so actually, when the large number of students secure A plus in 2076, that this shows that the quality of the school is slowly, gradually growing up. All right. So a lot of comparisons, but not necessarily many comparisons in C level. Now, to sum up, in the final statement, you can say in the above chart shows, okay, that the number of students passing in B plus was highest, okay, in all the years, in all the cases, okay, the large number of students pass in B plus grade, all right. So you can say, and we can say that the students are getting better result gradually. The level is gradually increasing every year. You can sum up like that. In C 2075, okay, you have to compare. This pie chart shows the marks obtained by Bimal Lama in the C result of 2000. Okay, like that you practice yourself. Okay, so that's for everyone also. But if you want to practice more about how to write very nice, okay, interpretation, then you can try this one. So before you start writing, you ask yourself the following questions: what exactly does the chart picture shows? Okay, and what are there any obvious trends? I told you trends. What kind of, okay, main, okay, stream you can see there. Is there any significant informations? You try yourself, think. Are there any obvious exceptions to general trends? Okay, what dramatic changes are there? Okay, what conclusion can you draw from the information present in the graph? Okay, you have to think this also. Okay, for higher level students, okay, it is suggested not to state all the facts that shows obviously. Okay, don't write long summary. Okay, then example, the highest and lowest temperature of eastern is this and this, and rainfall is this, and western has this and that temperature. Not necessarily write this all the long summary. Okay, you can make it very short. Then state significant features. Okay, for example, the highest maximum temperature is this much, and the lowest maximum temperature is this much in this region. Okay, and the highest rainfall and the lowest rainfall, make this significant. So remember, summarizing doesn't mean throwing away information. All right, so the secret here is to select what is important, organize it, and compare and contrast. Okay, so you have to select important, significant thing. You have to organize it and mostly compare and contrast. You spend more time in comparison and contrast, okay, as a higher level, higher ability students. And adjectives and adverbs in describing charts and graphs. Okay, it's very, very important. You have to use these verbs like rise, increase, grow, go up, climb, boom, peak, fall, decline, decrease, drop, dip, go down, reduce, level up, remain stable, no change, remain steadily, stay constant. So you have to use these verbs. Okay, the chart shows that, okay, the number of students is slowly rising. Okay, is growing up, the trend is climbing down. Okay, you have to use like that, or you can change in the past also. It rose up to this one and increased to this one. From this year it grew up to this one. All right, so you can use the adjective sharp grow, rapid, okay, rapid fall, rapid decline. Okay, all right, so huge crash, okay, dramatic collapse, right? So you have to use this kind of adjectives as a higher. You can use these adverbs. Okay, how it changed? It changed dramatically. It is changing significantly. It is changing considerably. It changed rapidly. It changed quickly, okay, swiftly, suddenly. Okay, suddenly the students number fell down. Suddenly the students who achieved A plus increase. Okay, there was considerable increase from this to this year. Okay, you can write these words. All right, you pause the video and you remember these words. You can also say how much times, okay, by comparison, by x times, x percentage, by 50 percentage, okay, how much bigger 50 percentage, okay, or by x unit, okay, from x to y, tenfold, fourfold, this kind of, okay, using verbs, adverbs, and adjectives are very important to describe interpreting charts and diagrams. For example, you can also use the words according to different kinds of figures, charts. Okay, the vertical axis shows the horizontal axis represents. Okay, if there are axes by x and y. Okay, the curve, if there are curved lines, solid lines, okay, bigger lines, and the shaded areas, okay, shaded areas like in the, like in the that pie chart, okay, and the color segment, right, and the red pie chart. You can mostly use the words. The pie chart is primarily used to illustrate how different parts make up a whole. Okay, the best way to represent your data in a pie chart is to compare the categories with each other. The following comparison words can be used interchangeably. For example, compare to, all right, compared to, as opposite to, versus, all right, more than, the majority of, only a small minority of, greater than, all right. So you can use less than these words, okay, or that means he earned less than this year, he spends more money, okay, comparison to the buying clothes, he spends more money in reading, okay, like that. The conclusion, in conclusion also, you try to use verbs, adverbs, that is to express a one-line sum up and your strong opinion. Example, overall the chart shows that there was no significant difference in weather with almost the same temperature and rainfall everywhere. Okay, that's what you can, the previous example. However, in this day, western region remain the coldest zone with highest rainfall. This is your opinion. All right, so in this way practice. All right, so put down your questions to ask in comments, like and share your friends. I'll give you complete writing techniques in coming videos. All right, you stay inside and stay healthy, but don't forget to feed mine too. Thanks a lot and take care of yourself during the corona time. All right, so namaste and thank you very much. Please share, comment and subscribe my channel for coming video, and don't forget to press the bell icon